Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com and Tractor Mike Q&A, and today we're going to take a question, and our question comes from Joe, and Joe says, I'm a big fan and have seen almost all of your videos. Thanks for what you do. You're welcome, Joe. Thank you for watching. Joe says, I've been researching buying a tractor for a 70-acre tract of land that I bought. I see a lot of dealers selling tractor packages. I know I'll need a few implements, but I'm not too sure if I'll need the trailer that comes in most packages. And then he's got two questions, and we'll try to answer both those today. Number one, are tractor packages a good deal, or is it better to buy the tractor and implements individually? And number two, do I really need a trailer if the tractor will stay mostly on the property? There aren't any dealers within 100 miles of my property. Well, let's answer number two first. Do you need a trailer? I guess where I'm coming from there, Joe, is if the tractor ever goes down in the field, will you be capable of winching it on the trailer and taking it to the dealership? Because if you could, that would just about pay for the trailer, because the dealer's going to charge you a lot of money to come 100 miles, pick up the tractor, take it back and repair it. But now if the tractor goes down in the field with the bucket down, trying to get it on a trailer is going to be a real deal, and if you have to winch it on, you've got to invest in a winch. So that's a tough question. If you'll never use a trailer, don't get it. But 100 miles away, if one time you save calling the dealer and having them send their truck out and pick up the tractor and take it back in, you just about paid for the trailer. So something to think about there. Everybody put your opinion in about whether Joe should buy a trailer, and let's see what everybody else thinks. But let's talk about tractor packages today. And when I was in the dealership world, most of you watch my videos know I managed a dealership for 11 years. And that dealership was a big compact tractor dealership. We sold, somewhere between 80 and 100 compact tractors every year, and a lot of those were in package deals. And if you've never been around a package deal, what a package deal is, at least it was when I was in the business, we would take a tractor and a front end loader, and this was at a New Holland dealer. It was a TC30 tractor, and it was 30 horsepower, which was a popular size, and we put a bush hog on the back of it, 5-foot bush hog, and then roll it up on a trailer, and that was a package. You had one price for that package. And so I've seen dealers put tillers on packages. I've seen them put finish mowers. I've seen them substitute stuff back and forth. So our package deal is a good deal? Well, they can be, but I'm going to give you 5 things today to think about if you're considering buying a package deal, which is the tractor, the front end loader, the trailer, the brush hog, and whatever else. First thing we want to look at today is the tractor. Now, most of the time, a package deal, the dealer is going to get their cheapest model tractor that they can to go in that package. And a lot of times the cheapest tractor is okay, because if all you're going to do is just use it a few hours a year and brush hog around a field, their cheapest tractor may be fine. What you get with their cheapest tractor is probably going to be, and this is a deal killer for a lot of people, a gear drive transmission. In other words, a transmission you have to shift with a clutch. And most people would prefer a hydro if they're just starting out with tractors. The other thing you want to really watch out for, and this is the number one thing, look at the tractor. Is this really the tractor you want? And number one, check out the transmission. Number two, on that tractor, check out the front end bucket, the loader bucket. Is it quick attach? Because I've seen a lot of packages where they have a pin-on front bucket. And a pin-on front bucket, if you want to change from a loader bucket to a set of pallet forks, which I do almost daily, you have to drive a bunch of pins out and line everything up and put it back together. And it's about probably a 30-45 minute job if you're lucky. And with a quick attach front end loader, you just raise a couple of levers, or maybe one lever, or if it's a deer, you pull a couple of pins out, curl out of it, curl in your other implement, and you're off and running. So make sure that thing has a quick attach front bucket. And then there are a whole bunch of options that you don't get on the tractor in the package usually. And I've got a video, and I'll give you a link at the end of this video telling you all the different options that are usually different across most brands of tractors between the bargain tractor and the more deluxe tractor. And most companies have a bargain tractor that's kind of stripped down, and those may be options you don't need, and you're fine with the package tractor. And then a deluxe tractor that costs a lot more. So the first thing to look for when you're looking at a package deal, is that tractor really what I want? Is it big enough? Does it have the right transmission? transmission? Does it have quick attach? And does it have the options I need? Number 2, let's look at the brush hog. Brush hogs are bush hogs, that's a brand name, but some people call them that, are rated by the size of material they cut. And on most of your package deals cutters, you're looking at up to 1 inch material. And that's if you're going out in the woods and cut down a bunch of small trees, that's a pretty small tree. If you're going to be cutting 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch brush out of your pasture or your forest, you better opt for a better brush hog. And almost every company, the majors, the Woods, the Bush Hog, Rhino, Frontier, Land Pride, all of those companies have a bare bones brush hog, entry-level brush hog that usually goes in the package, and then they've got moves up. They've got one that'll cut up to 2 inch material and maybe ones that cut bigger material. So the second thing to look for is what brush hog is on that tractor in that package deal, and make sure you get one that's strong enough and built well enough to cut the size of material you're cutting. Number 3, this is a real important thing. Look at that trailer. 2 things that a lot of trailers in those packages lack. One is brakes. There's no brakes. You got to use your pickup truck stopping ability or your Suburban or whatever you're driving to stop the whole thing, the tractor and the trailer and everything. And that to me is a little bit scary. And number 2, a lot of them don't have a treated floor. And if it were me, I'd want a treated floor. Now you can go buy aftermarket materials and put them on the floor, but you want that floor treated so moisture doesn't make it rot. Without treatment, just a pine floor or whatever that wood is probably going to rot pretty quick. And one other thing, I have seen some package deals come without ramps. So you get the tractor home and there's no way to unload it, so you have to go back to the dealer and buy ramps. I wouldn't be too happy then, but I've seen that. So that's the third thing. Look at that trailer, and then the brakes are the big thing. And number 4, look at the other implements. If the dealer's got a box blade in there, is it heavy enough to do your driveway? If there's a straight blade, will it survive snow removal where you are? A lot of times there's a rock rake. Is that something you'll really use, or a tiller? You know, look at all those products, and most of the time you can look at them and then compare them to what other products a dealer has on the lot and say, okay, is that heavy enough for what I want to do? And a lot of times in these package deals, if you want to substitute a little bit more expensive model, the dealer's okay with that. He'll figure a little bit more money, but in the package deal, they're usually good deals if you make sure you're getting what you want. And the last thing I want to tell you today to look at when you're buying a package deal, a lot of times those package deals are advertised based on the payments, like $349 a month or $249 a month or whatever it is. And when you're looking at payments, it is real easy for me as a dealer to hide profit when I'm advertising payments, especially when the financing period is long. I mean, I've seen 72-month, 84-month, I think I've even seen a 96-month contract. And because tractors hold their value, you would never be able to finance a car for 96 months, but because the tractor's still got a lot of value after you've owned it for 96 months, they'll take those finance terms out. And when I take those terms way out and figure the monthly payment, that monthly payment looks really low. But then here's the important thing, and number 5 for you to look at. What's my overall cost of ownership? Those monthly payments may sound low, but I'm kind of like your dad here telling you this. You got to find out what that total cost is, and there may be a low rate program that you can take care of. It gets payments down, and it won't your overall cost of ownership is not much. But if there's an interest rate there, even though that interest rate may look a little high, the payments are low. When you look at the overall cost of owning that tractor that you paid for the entire lifetime of the finance term, it was kind of expensive. So look at those things. And generally, the last thing I'm going to tell you about package deals, if you have 2 dealers, like when I was in business, we were in New Holland. We had a Deere dealer down the street. They had an 850 John Deere on a trailer that they were competing with us, and the margins were pretty slim on ours, and I'm sure on theirs. We just wanted to get those tractors out, and once we got the tractors out, we had a customer we could sell filters and parts to. And a lot of times they get out and they use a tractor for a while. They find out they'd like a little bigger tractor, and they'd be back to trade. So package deals can be pretty good. Make sure you get what you're wanting when you invest in a package deal. Do appreciate you watching my videos. Here's a video I told you about that will tell you the difference between a basic tractor and a deluxe tractor. Here's a place to go to buy my book that I wrote about buying a tractor that'll guide you through the entire process. And if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click the Mike face icon and check the bell so you get notified when I post videos. Thanks for watching.